Hey guys, welcome to the Provokers podcast, where we talk about things you probably should too. Today I'm joined by.
John, or Jeebins Feebins.
And I'm Ethan, otherwise known as FlabsXE Gaming on YouTube.
Alright. Yep, we've got Ethan and the bald one.
And the bald one.
Alright, so it's been 10 minutes. Do you guys have any small talk at all?
Johnny blow up any orphanages recently, or is that like just a halftime for you?
Well, I didn't blow up any orphanages recently. I did go to, me and my sister hung out yesterday. We went to see Sonic 3 in theaters, and then we went to Barnes & Noble, so that was pretty fun.
Nice.
Yeah, sounds like fun. Ethan, you got anything more interesting than that?
No. Not really.
Okay. And I don't really have any small talk, because I kind of used up all mine in the last episode.
You talk about college again, you know? Just...
I mean, as far as I know, Ethan, you're considering college. John, you're in college, and
Well,
I'm
For us, this is like, when this goes live, this is like 3 weeks in advance, so I might already be there. Well, I don't know, because I don't know how early I'm able to start it, because I think the new semester just started again, so I don't know, actually. We'll see.
Yeah. It's kind of one of those things where we'll get to it and see what happens. But, yeah. So with that, Ethan, you got any headlines or anything?
So yeah, last time I talked about the TikTok ban, which, this is going, again, 3 weeks or 4 weeks in advance, so I have no idea how that's going for current people. But to topple with that, obviously, without saying names or without getting too political or anything, I mean, this, actually, you know what, I was about to say, like, at this point in time when this episode goes live, there's a new president again. However, what I'm going to actually shift to do is something more interesting, is the FNAF 2 movie set has been, so some YouTubers have visited, specifically 8-Bit Ryan. I follow him quite a little bit, that didn't make a lot of sense, but I follow him a good amount, and he posted a couple pictures of him visiting the Five Nights at Freddy's 2 set, for the movie, and I'm really excited for the movie comes out. I think it's meant to come out this year. I think probably, I'd assume late this year, like probably around the same time frame. But yeah, looking at the set, there are probably not a lot of so certain things, so they really only show pictures of the outside and a little bit of the entrance, but it looks amazing. Like, I even said this a while ago when the first movie came out, FNAF 2, unless they make the location, which the location is technically different, but unless they make the location super high cost and stuff, the cost of the animatronics should be lower this time, because the plastic's way cheaper than fabric, so if they're able to get like just cheap, like shiny plastic to put on, that's all the animatronics, that's all the FNAF 2 animatronics are. Now, I guess if they're going to incorporate the old ones too, they would still need those ones, but they could make them intentionally damaged, so they wouldn't need like all the fabric and stuff. But yeah, that's exciting. So we'll have to see again. I'm assuming, I think it's set to release this year, but I don't know if that might get pushed back or something. We're not sure.
Alright. Which could always happen.
Yeah, it could. That kind of like Security Breach get pushed back like 15 different times.
Yeah. Or GTA 6.
GTA 6 wasn't pushed back, I don't think. They just been working on it for 10 years.
Yeah, good point. Anyway, do you have a creator showcase?
Well, it's Creator Showcase and/or email, alright? And,
creator or email.
But, yes, I do have an email. Now, this one I was gonna read last time, but I kind of forgot. But it's fine. Well, I didn't forget. I wanted to talk about the chef guy. But, yeah, so I have an email here it's from someone conveniently named Mark. Is this Markiplier? It's not. But how crazy would that be? How crazy would that be?
Actually,
yeah, that'd be absolutely insane. But yeah, so this person, this is Mark. They put a last name here, but I'm not reading your last name because I don't want to dox anybody. But they said, "Hey guys, hope you guys are having a great start to the year. My favorite episodes include the Reset Button, Toast to the End of the World, and the Mystery Wheel. I have a topic idea for you, and I want you guys to talk about dreams. I know you guys have talked about dreams in the past, but I'm talking about dream types specifically, like what types of dreams you can have. And he kind of goes on a little expert here about like, it's not just all about dreams and nightmares. It's literally an entire paragraph, so just to save time, I'm not gonna read over all of it, but, this guy must, know a lot about dreams. But he says, I'm fascinated by dreams, so I would love for you guys to talk about dream types. Well, Mark, it's funny you say that because that's actually already on the list, and we haven't gotten to it yet, but, once we do get to it, you'll be, I'm sure, ecstatic to find out that, it's there. So dream types for us, I believe it's in the middle somewhere. I'm not going to ever find it. But yeah, dream types. So you are correct. It's not just about nightmares and, I guess, normal dreams. There's all sorts of different types of dreams. There's lucid dreams as a subcategory. So there's all these different types of dreams that we're going to be talking about. Yeah, we'll get to it. We'll definitely get to it. I don't know when. I can't promise you, like, I can't say, in the next 10 episodes or something. Like, I'm not going to say that. But whenever we do get to it, it'll probably be called dream type. So you'll know, or maybe not. I don't know. I never know how I'm going to name them unless it's a specific topic. But yeah, so thank you so much for submitting your email. And interesting favorite episode. So Reset Button, a lot of people seem to like that one. Trust me, I do as well. Toasted in the World, that was one of John's. That was amazing. It was kind of the opposite, where that was kind of just sad because the world's ending, so you only have a week to do anything. And Mystery Wheel, funny, very convenient. I didn't even plan that. But Mystery Wheel is what we're doing today, so fits perfectly.
Yeah.
But thank you, Mark, maybe Applier, for submitting that email in there. But you guys got anything to say to good old Mark over there?
Thank you, Mark. That was very nice to hear. We will definitely do dream tapes at some point in time. Don't know when, but at some point in time.
Yep. And I would say the same thing, I'm glad you liked the dreams and nightmares, and I'm happy to hear that stuff on the list people are like actually want to hear, because like there are times where people are like, I want to see this type of episode, and be like, maybe, but like that is just on the list. So we're like, yeah, we'll do that eventually.
We're one step ahead of you. So
and if you are Markiplier, then how you doing?
I did. There's no way, but
I don't know what's coming out.
But no, so there was a person that I read an email about before where they were asking about creepypastas. Creepypasta is now on the list, so we'll again can't guarantee when we'll talk about it, but it's one of those things. Maybe we'll save that for like a Halloween. That seems like a good Halloween episode. It's like talking about creepypastas.
Yeah.
Which is a long time from right now, but we'll get to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is the email for today.
All right, you boys ready for today's topic?
I am ready to embrace chaos. Yes.
All right, John.
Yep.
I was hoping you would say no so I could say don't care. But either way, it is Mystery Wheel 2. Ethan, he's got a mystery wheel. We're going to talk about a mystery topic for at least 5 minutes, and then that wheel's going to spin again, and we're going to talk about another topic.
Yep, so exactly what Noah just said. If you missed the first episode, I'd recommend you go listen to that. This one's gonna be a little bit different, but I'd still recommend you go listen to it. So synopsis is, I have a wheel. So these guys don't know what's on the wheel, but it doesn't really matter because I'll be announcing what the topic is anyway. And the difference between this episode and the last one is the last one we talked about whatever topic we got for 10 minutes. And then as soon as the 10 minute ended, we spun and we got a new topic. This time, we're gonna make it even more chaotic, and it's every 5 minutes we're gonna spin for a new topic. So,
yeah,
it's gonna be pretty crazy.
It's gonna be fun. Alright, do you have the wheel already?
Yep, I've had it for a while.
Alright, give her a spin.
Alright, we're giving her a spin. Obviously, this is not something we can address to you guys. I got rid of the ones we talked to. There's no way it happens. This is rigged. This is literally rigged. Okay,
what?
So in the first step, I can't make this up. I mean, people are gonna say I'm lying anyway. But so the first episode we talked about John's boat head for the first one, which is like my favorite topic that I put on there. I'm like, I really hope we get that one, and we got it the first thing. I'm like, yes, this is great. And so instead of deleting that, I just replaced it with something, and it literally landed on what I replaced it with, which is John getting stabbed in his dream, which is the first topic we're gonna be talking about. I really wish I could say I rigged this. I literally, this wheel is amazing. I'm setting the 5 minute timer right now. Everyone's got to talk about John getting stabbed in his dream for 5 minutes. So let's do it. So whoever wants to start, go ahead.
So, John.
I mean, it was my dream. I feel like I should start off with it.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
It's so funny to me how that's just become such a meme in the podcast, and it's also so interesting because like I don't remember so many of the dreams I had as a kid, even the nightmares I've had as a kid. I've forgotten it because it was stupid, But that one, while being kind of stupid, because my brother wouldn't just murder me for no reason, it's something that's just like it stuck with me, and I guess it's because it's kind of funny. To think back on, like, man, that was a nightmare. That was kind of funny.
Well, as a kid, you said you were scarred for a little bit, right?
Yeah, it was like I didn't even want to tell anybody about it for a long time because I was like, this is so awful.
Right.
I know. I'm surprised you ever told anyone about it. Let alone, like, I don't know, 45,000 other people?
Yeah, no, everyone knows.
Well, it's one of those things that, like, it was not only the funniness of the dream itself, but it was also the way you said it. Because I said up and down that John has really good timing when it comes to, like, jokes that he might not even think are jokes, but they end up being freaking hilarious. Because I don't think when John was telling his story, he thought it was going to become this, like, imagine that, like, John 2 years ago telling us his dream about him getting stabbed. He probably didn't think that this would turn into a massive joke that would live on in the entirety of the podcast. Like, he probably just thought, I'm going to say this dream, and then we're going to move on, and we're going to talk about someone else's dream or whatever. And no, but it's still the test of time. It's me in this entire every episode we almost reference it, or if not every episode, like every other episode. It's if we had to designate one singular meme, it'd be that one. Second only, first only to This Is Bullshit the movie. That's also pretty up there.
Yeah.
But yeah, John getting stabbed by his brother in his dream. And John, can you walk us through? Have you told your brother about this kind of stuff, or like?
I did tell him. I think I mentioned in the podcast at one point, but I did tell him about it. He thought that was kind of funny as well, because the entire dream is just like it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Like the build up, it's not something that would logically happen. It's just the whole thing is stupid.
Right.
Well, I mean, unless you had a sword in your house at the time.
I feel like John is not the type to have just a random sword in his house.
You never know.
He might have bed knife and bed spear, but he doesn't have a bed sword.
Bed knife and bed spear.
Bed sword. You have someone break into someone's house to try to steal their like TV or something, and like they come in their pajamas wielding like katana.
Katana, yeah.
I was expecting bed dagger, not bed sword.
Bed sword, yep. But no, yeah, the John getting stabbed is, oh my goodness, it's the funniest meme.
So, John, was this just like a random dream that came to you, or have you had this before?
Well, I mean, I had the dream when I was a kid. It wasn't like a reoccurring nightmare or anything. Like, it was a one-time experience where it was just like, the entire thing was so weird because even like where the dream took place was not where I lived at the time. Like, I think I mentioned like I was in my house and I was like taking a bath or something, and like it wasn't at the house that I lived in at the time. It was a different house altogether. So it was so odd to me.
That does sound very odd considering the fact it took place in a house you didn't live in.
Well, when we did Dreamer Scheme, there's a lot of dreams that I had talked about where I was in a place that like resembled something else. Like it was like, for example, a lot of my school dreams. If I have any dream about school, it's almost like my brain combines the middle school I went to and the high school I went to, because it's like, wait a minute, this hallway wasn't here before. It's like, this doesn't make any sense.
Right.
And then like the gym from the high school would be in the middle school. It wouldn't make any sort of sense. So that stuff happens. I don't know why. Maybe your brain just confuses itself or something. I'm not totally sure.
To that point, I guess that makes sense because I even recently had a dream where I was at my college. And the layout was like a combination of my college and my elementary school and my middle school. So it was like, what is even going on?
Yeah. That's a very strange combination, though.
Mm-hmm.
It's your brain's like, I've been here all at the same time, all at once.
Yep. I've been here in more than one place.
Alright, well, it is time to switch topics, boys. The 10-minute or the 5-minute timer is up, so we're spinning once again. Let's see what we get. You can't do it twice. Nope. Okay, there we go. Five Nights at Freddy's. That's what we're talking about now.
Five Nights at Freddy's. Okay.
Starting the timer right now.
Which one of us has the most experience with Five Nights at Freddy's?
I'd honestly say me.
Yeah.
Not to be gloatful, but I have all the books. I've played every single game. I've also been entwined with the lore with MatPat. So, yeah.
Right. Yeah, I've played a lot of the mainline games apart from the VR ones that I watched YouTube. I would say I would agree with you that you probably know a bit more.
I actually this wasn't recent. I mean, it's recent, I guess. I just actually played over the course of winter break. I played the Into the Pit game, which I specifically avoided spoilers for because I'm like, I think I watched the trailer, but outside of that, I didn't do anything. And as someone who read the book, because I'll be honest, when I was playing the game, there's a lot of things in the game that if you haven't read the book, you're not going to understand why that happened. You're not going to understand what was going on. You're like, this plot makes no sense. So like, as someone who's read the book, I loved it. It was a great game. One of the best in the series to come out in a while. But if you haven't read the Into the Pit story of the Fazbear Frights book yet, and you played the game first, you're going to be like, I don't know what's going on. Why is this Oswald kid so stupid? Why is my dad now suddenly a robot? Like, you're going to be confused on a lot of different things. But it was, as someone who read the book first, it's an amazing game. And if you have the game, I'd recommend you try and read the book first. It's really like, it's a 40-page story. Maybe even, no, 80 pages probably. 80-page story. It's not that long. But I'd at least recommend you read the book first. But it's still a great game nonetheless. Even if you haven't read the book, it's probably still a fun experience. But you just, in terms of the lore, you might not understand what's going on.
So,
Yeah, that's fair.
So Ethan, have you played Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach, I think it's called?
Yeah, I played that a while ago. I played that like day 2 of that coming out.
What was your opinion on Security Breach?
I have mixed opinions about it, because I blame the fan base a little bit for pushing Steelwool to make it come out faster, when clearly they needed more time. So I played the PS4 version. Now, each version had its different hiccups, we'll say. The PS5 got it pretty bad. And I know anyone that played on PS5 kind of was like, I got this beast of a console for this game to be running like this. Even Mark, who has a beast of a computer, all he did was turn on ray tracing, which, mind you need a really good computer for ray tracing in the first place. But he has a beast of a computer. And he turned on ray tracing, and it's stuck in 2 frame per second land for half the intro. So even him, who had a beast of a computer, that's how badly optimized it was. So I don't know. The game itself was great. I do like the game, and I think I even rated it like a 7 out of 10 when I was doing my review on it. The only, like, if I was, that was ignoring the bugs though. If I was to include the bugs, I'd be like, okay, this game's like a 4. But purely the reason I gave it a 7 was because of the characters, the story, the free roam aspect of it, kind of, and like all the mini games you could play, all that kind of stuff. So it was overall a good game, but the bugs did make it annoying. I felt really bad for Mark. He got really screwed. He got really pissed on by the game. I luckily didn't experience too many things. I experienced some loading issues. I think I got teleported to a place I wasn't before. There was a part where you're supposed to use Chica's voice box to get rid of Roxy in the fight with Springtrap, and sometimes it just didn't work for me. So love to see that. But outside of a couple like those small ones, I didn't really encounter too much stuff. But poor Mark, he got killed for no reason during like a 3-hour stream. So he made all this progress and he died, and so he lost all that 3 hours of progress, and I just felt so bad for him.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
It would suck.
For me, when I played that game, it was a little bit after the game had come out. Probably like maybe not quite a year. I don't think it had been that long, but it had been a bit. So the game was a bit more stable. But there was so many bugs, and the bugs that still exist, like if you jump on a table, nothing can see you, or at least get to you. And it's like, those little things make me love it a little bit more, because I find it so funny to me, like whenever the game bugs like that. Like if it's unplayable, then I'm like, okay, this sucks. But it's not unplayable, it's just like kind of annoying at times, so it's kind of weird with how the AI works. That it's just like, I find it humorous.
And I personally haven't played any of the Five Nights at Freddy's games, I think, except for maybe one time at your place, Ethan.
You good?
Alright, well, we're switching topics again. It's already been 5 minutes, actually. So we're spinning again. Let's see what we get this time. We get, very fitting, we get owls. We're going to talk about owls.
Owls? Okay. John, I think you can lead off on this.
Yeah, I feel like when I chose like owls as my like mascot or my like channel theme, it wasn't even like something that I was like super like, oh, this is gonna be really, really fun and really cool. It's just like I had redeemed something in another streamer's Twitch channel where they had a redeem where you could spend your channel points to get a like personalized a piece of art that they would draw. And they were like, okay, well, what do you want? I'm like, I don't know. I like owls, I guess. They drew me this picture that I have as my Discord logo, which is the owl with like the weird face, and he has got a cup of coffee, and I'm like, this is amazing. And so when it came time to make emotes, I was like, well, I guess I'll make some owl emotes. And I mean, I do like owls. I have a book about them, and I think they are fairly interesting animals. So,
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but don't owls have like a 360-degree view?
yeah, they can turn their head 180 degrees in both directions, so they can, like they can't turn it completely, turn it around to be 360, but they can look either way and see either one, because they have two spines actually, which is why they're able to do that, because they just like completely turn around. And as well as they can like flip their heads upside down. It's really freaky.
Hold on. Wait, what? So, they have two spines, and they can flip their head upside down?
Yep. They're
What?
pretty
They learn
great.
something new every day.
Yep.
They
So-
also, when they're babies, they can't like sleep upright because their heads are so big that they just sleep face first.
That's great.
Fair enough. So, do you have a favorite kind of owl?
I think I forget the name. There's one that I really like. I think it's the northern saw-whet owl. And they don't hoot like normal owls. They make like as the name suggests, they make like a sawing noise.
Huh.
Isn't there an owl that evolved with echolocation? So when it closes its eyes, it can use echolocation.
That doesn't surprise me because their ears are like holes in their head.
Yeah.
So
I thought I read
they-
somewhere that there's an. It's very rare. It's not. I think there's like 3 of them. But I think
Mhm.
scientists are confused on how they evolved with echolocation. Because bats have echolocation,
Right.
but that's because they can't see very well.
Mhm.
I mean,
a lot more about.
yeah, I was gonna say John was because I talked about FNAF a lot, so I was just being quiet there because there's not really much I can say about owls. I like them as an animal; they're pretty cool. I've seen a couple in real life, because normally you don't see them too often because they kind of keep to themselves a little bit, and they're also nocturnal. So if you're looking for them in the day, you're not gonna find them unless they're in the nest. So, but at night I've been to a couple barns where I don't know what we were doing there. I honestly, it was my childhood, so I don't remember. But I remember, me and my grandpa were going to get something from a friend, one of his friends, and he had a shed. And there was just an owl perched up in there. And owls are like, I don't know if it's a regulation, but if there's an owl that builds a nest in your barn, you just gotta leave it there. It lives there now. Because owls,
Yeah.
some types of owls are endangered, so you can't do anything with them.
Yeah, there's a huge endangered species part of it where you don't want to mess with them, but you also don't want to mess with them because they're super territorial and they'll just like claw the frick out of your face. So it's like it's more of a safety for both you and the owl to not bother them if they decide to take nest in your barn.
I see.
Gotcha. So, if an owl ever builds a nest in a barn, it's that owl's barn now.
Yeah, and usually I don't think they will typically nest in like barns that are occupied by other animals because, like Ethan was saying, they keep to themselves. So they're like, I don't want to deal with these cows that are constantly moving by my nest. So they're not going to build a nest there.
Yeah.
All right, switching topics again, spinning the wheel.
Thank God.
Yeah, that's great. All right.
Oh, God.
World War III is the next topic.
Oh, fuck.
All right, start the timer.
Have I ever told you guys about my strategy for World War III?
Not die. It's probably a good strategy.
I'm sure you have one.
I do have one. Do you want to know what it is?
Should I call the FBI first, or is that just a precaution?
No,
Is
you
it don't die?
No. No, John, you're wrong. And Ethan, you don't have to call the FBI or the CIA or any of those.
No government authority needs to regulate what you're about to say?
No, none of that is needed. Because my strategy is very simple. I'm going to stand up out of whatever the hell I'm in, go onto the field, spread my arms out, yell, to the enemy as I'm running. I'm Jesus. Shoot me if you dare.
I feel like they just won't believe you.
I know, but also it might work.
Yeah, I'd say you have probably about a 0.0001% chance of that working.
Yeah, I'll probably get blown up, but oh well.
Yeah, they won't even. You won't even get a chance to shout at anything. They'll see you and they'll be like, "Think about."
It's like, who's this guy on the battlefield? Shoot him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be smart.
I don't have I don't just have strategies for when world altering events happen. But I will say is I always try to think of how would World War III start? What would be the catalyst that would start everything? Because obviously we know what would happen during it. It'd be devastation completely because everyone has nukes now. But in terms of how it would start, I can just see there's already wars going on now, although a lot of them are trying to subside them. So we'll see if that actually works. But I could see it being something similar where someone attacks someone else, and then the group of countries that are trying to protect that one place that just got attacked, then they attack the main one, and then that would start just an all-out war thing. So yeah, I think that's how it would start.
Which would make sense. Which I swear to God is the plot for one of the Call of Duties.
I'm sure it is. It's a very basic plot, so.
Yeah.
Usually how wars go.
I honestly feel like if World War III did happen, there would be nothing left on this planet. Because everywhere has nukes now.
Yeah, that's why people are trying to get us off this planet.
Yeah. I see why the billionaires want to go to Mars now.
But yeah, I have too. When it does start, it's gonna be pretty much. I mean, unless everyone makes an agreement saying, "Hey, we're not gonna use nukes. We'll just use normal bombs." But I doubt. Even if it seems like everyone agreed to that, there's always gonna be someone that's gonna be like, you know what? Let's win this thing once and for all, and then just send a nuke. You know. But I mean, it's also curious because there's talks between governments now that oh, should Canada become the 51st state? And then Canada is like, oh, well, California, Oregon, you guys should join us and be another province. I'm like, how about we just leave the things the way they are, people? How about we just leave everything? Canada should be its own thing. U.S. should be its own thing. We don't need to combine into 3 different things. And then there was talks of Mexico joining the U.S. And I'm like,
oh, no.
How about we just be ourselves? We don't need to combine into we can be a team, but we don't need to combine I don't know the word for it, but we don't need to combine into one country. Let's just leave it we can be a team, but let's not combine into one thing.
What combine?
There's so many logistical nightmares that would come from that because it'd be it'd just be so awful. There's more than just oh, well, now we have to deal with drawing the new borders. It's the people who live in the part that they're changing is are we, Americans, we Canadians, we Mexicans? We don't know because they've completely changed everything and how it's all worked and what laws do we follow and all that stuff. So
well, yeah, exactly. Because if let's say Canada does join the U.S. Do we move to Canada's healthcare system, or do we stick with the U.S.'s healthcare system? Because I think the one thing Canada has going for it is that it has a better healthcare system. So if we were to take theirs, and the entire country would be on Canada's healthcare system, that would be okay, maybe. But then you have all the bad things where it's we're combining. Because we're combining, we'd be combining all the bad stuff too. So yeah, it'd be an issue.
That would be interesting.
Switching the topic again. Let's see what we get.
I'm honestly really glad we are.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, okay, great. The 7 deadly sins is the next topic.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
All right,
as
you do. No, you haven't started one in a while. I think you should start.
Well, let's see. There's gluttony, which I think John's been accused of.
What? What are you talking about?
I don't know. I'm trying to accuse John of a cardinal sin, but the only one I can remember is gluttony.
Let's see how many we can all remember. So there's gluttony, there's lust, there's greed, there's pride. That's 4. There is sloth. There is. I'm only missing 2 now. Come on. No one helped me. No one said anything. No one said anything.
Okay.
What am I missing? Ooh, I'm not gonna get it. No, I'm not gonna get it. Someone else can jump in.
I think I know what the last two are. I think it's did you say Wrath and did you say
Oh, Envy? Wrath! How did I figure out Wrath? Oh my god.
Wrath.
What was the last one though? Wrath and then what?
Envy.
Envy, okay, right, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's so interesting to me that like the 7 deadly sins, because like if you look back into like where they come from, it's because like some philosopher was like, hey, maybe don't let your emotions like judge how you choose to act, and then the Pope was like, those are sins now. It's like, okay.
You know, you make that joke, but I could actually see that happening.
Well, it did. It was nothing.
Yeah, that's more or less what happened.
More or less, yeah. It's paraphrasing.
It was not exactly those words, but that doesn't sense now. It's like they were like, oh yeah, you know what? I'm gonna take what they said and like completely misrepresent it. Yep, that's what they were saying.
Yeah, that sounds about right with most religions.
That reminds me of the Bill Wirtz video, the History of the World. I guess he makes that joke a bunch where he's like, people believe in this. What is the line? He's like, this is religion.
We can make a religion out of this.
Oh, we can make a religion out of this. That's right. I love that line.
There's one point where like, we can make a religion out of this. Actually, don't.
Yeah, because it was like it was Hitler or something, right?
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
So they're like, nope, let's not do that one.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, I mean, it's the only reason I put this topic on the wheel was because I was looking at, so I have YouTube pulled up on my TV behind me, and one of the it's actually a song. It looks like it's not actually a video about the sin. It's a song about it. And so I was like, oh, that's a topic I can put on here. Not expecting us to actually get it.
No.
I can't believe I forgot about Wrath, because Wrath in Far Cry 5, they really hone in on Wrath. Because your character is obviously killing a bunch of people there. Because you're killing people to try and save other people, but you're still killing people. So it's like the bad guys are trying to oh, like, we're wrathful, but you are too, and like that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I need to play Far Cry 5 again. I haven't lately.
Like 2 episodes ago, we were just talking about it and saying that you played it recently.
Yeah, well, I actually went and installed GTA 5 again, so...
What does that have to do with anything?
Okay.
I don't know.
That's why I got rid of Far Cry 5.
Well, yeah, but you still must have played it because we were talking about it.
Well, yeah, I did play it.
I give up on you.
That's fair.
But, yeah, so, like, I can't believe I forgot about... Like, Envy, I always forget about Envy. But yeah, I guess so. Glutton, for those that are unfamiliar, I feel like you probably know this, but glutton is like eating so much that it's bad for you. These are lambic terms, by the way. These are not actually the definitions. Wrath is obviously, what is like the actual thing they go for? Because obviously it has to do with violence, but
I think it's like your anger about. I guess it doesn't need to be about anything in particular. Just like your anger clouding your judgment to becoming violent.
Right. Pride is all about not letting your, like, I agreed to several, but not letting the greed of your mind take over. Greed is usually about money. It doesn't have to be about money, but it can also be about like personal desires and stuff like that. And then, why am I drawing a blank now? I mean, envy obviously is like, don't envy people that are in. Is that just don't envy people that are in better positions or something?
I think it's like don't be like, oh, it's almost like the grass is always greener situation where it's like, oh, I want what they have, and then you like,
right.
That's why like you form jealousy and be like, yeah, I'm gonna take what they have because I want it.
Right. I see.
That sort of situation.
And sloth is just about like being lazy. I think that's just all that one is. Like,
yeah. It's like you're so lazy that you just like doing anything. You're not like improving your life. You're just there.
Right.
I was gonna say of all of them, I think I actually know sloth, and that's about it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, there's like songs about him.
Yeah. There was a YouTube video I watched that was about like it was titled something along the lines of like companies don't care about you. It was comparing various companies to the different deadly sins.
Mm.
Oh.
What do you remember the companies they were talking about?
They talked a lot about gaming companies. So they talked about Nintendo. They talked about Valve. They talked about Microsoft. That sort of stuff.
Microsoft has to be greed, right? That has to be the comparison they made.
I believe so. Yeah.
I don't know. Nintendo might be sloth because they don't. But they innovate, so that can't be sloth. I'm just generally, because don't answer it, but I'm just generally curious on what they would have correlated Nintendo. I mean, maybe pride, because they stick with their own. I mean, I don't know if I call that pride, but what is that? What did you remember what it was, John?
I don't remember the exact thing they were comparing it to, but their reasoning was that like because they'll just like strike down anybody who uses their stuff.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Alright, well, we're spinning the wheels again. Let's see what we get. Alright, great. Hello. We are talking about the color yellow. That is the new topic.
Yes.
Ooh. I have no idea how the last conversation ended, because my phone decided to kill itself.
That sounds like a personal problem. But the new one is the color yellow. So that's a new topic.
Okay, the color yellow. It's in your pee. I don't know.
You're just bad at this. And also, not really if you hydrate.
Yeah. If you're really unhydrated, then it's also wrong because like it's like it can turn brown, and then if your pee is brown, go to the hospital. It's pretty bad.
I was gonna say normal like super dehydrated is like an orangish color. It's a deep yellow, if anything.
Yeah, true.
Well, the topic isn't about pee; it's about the color yellow.
So the color yellow, it's a pretty good color. It's pretty yellow.
You know, the only thing that comes to my mind when I think the color yellow?
Piss, apparently.
No, mustard.
I mean, only yellow mustard. Yeah. Because, like, Dijon mustard is more like a brown. Spicy mustard can be a mix of, like, yellow and reds and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, John, you've said before, and it's kind of went on into the Patreon, but like you said that one of your favorite colors is yellow. So is there a particular reason it's one of your favorites, or what?
I just like it. I think it looks good.
So your favorite color is yellow, and you have no particular reason for it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a color. You know, it's not like the color yellow changed my life.
It's a Doorman video.
So wait, hold on. What you're telling me right here, right now, is your Ravenclaw.
Isn't Ravenclaw blue?
That's like
I don't know how you got to that conclusion.
I just think it was John.
Okay.
Well, you know, the thing about things that are yellow, you know, we just talked about FNAF Chica's yellow, fan favorite, for no reason.
The yellow guy, yeah. Wait, no,
Mustard Man.
Guy.
Purple guy, but you also have Mustard Man. That was in FNAF 6.
Yeah.
Very relatable character. Everyone knows who that is. So, you know.
These fucking games.
Then you have Golden Freddy, you know, the better Freddy. He's kind of yellow, you know. Golden is a version of yellow, so anytime you look at gold, it's always a form of yellow. So you got that. You know, there's just a lot of things.
There's the guy from Curious George, the man with the yellow hat. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I haven't thought about that show in a long time.
Yeah, I was gonna say I had to think if that was true or not for a second there.
Yeah, it was Curious George with the man with the yellow suit.
It's like almost like I just said what it was, and you just didn't know.
John, it's been a long time. Shut the fuck up.
From what I just said?
No.
Anyway, the stars are yellow sometimes.
Some of them, not really, not a lot of them.
What?
Oh yeah, I mean sometimes.
Yeah. A lot of them are more like, I mean, they might look yellow to us, but a lot of them, if you go close up, they're white. There's red. There's actually a mix of different colors. Depends on what the star is. If it's like if it's a dwarf star, it's usually kind of dying and it's kind of like a fade of white. If it's a bright star, if it's like I guess it also depends on what it's composed of as well.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But you know, we still got a minute for the color yellow.
What do you guys think about yellow cars? I think they look terrible.
There's a lot of color cars that like wheel past, and I'm like, that's an ugly color. There's this one color car that was like a greenish yellow, and I'm like, that is a terrible color for a car.
Yeah, I like I said, yellow's my favorite color. I wouldn't say like if it's like a bumblebee, like that from Transformers, that one's fine.
That one's
But
okay.
the greenish yellow, like that's gross.
A lot of Jeeps have like that greenish yellow color, and I'm just like, why would you willingly do that to yourself? Like my favorite color is purple, and like the only way I'd get purple is if it's like a super dark purple.
Right.
I actually saw one of those like newer Broncos driving around, and it was yellow.
Yeah, I mean I agree with John. If it's like a bumblebee yellow, that's fine. But if it's like a mixture of yellow and some other color, like yellow is like a decent color. It actually used to be one of my favorite colors, but it doesn't mix well with other colors. Like if you have like a setting, like an interior decorating thing, yellow and white. That's really the only two ones that really kind of go well together. Now it's time to spin the wheel.
Okay, there we go. Spin that bitch.
And what does wheel undo you?
John, I will smack you with a wheel.
All right, we're talking about the Provokers. I wonder who those guys are.
We're talking
Never heard
about
of them.
I have heard of them. I heard that they're a really excellent podcast. That's what I've heard.
Mm.
Yeah, me too. I've heard it's a really good show with 3 really good hosts.
Yeah,
Yeah, I heard they're handsome too, especially one of them.
Yeah. I heard the bald one's really handsome, but I think some people are just blind.
Wow. I heard this one guy like loves to do game shows and he loves to like lock contestants into their cages to play game shows, as you do.
Oh,
Right.
yeah. I've heard that guy. I think he's called the Ringmaster. He loves to kidnap his contestants.
Well, no, he claims that they signed a waiver, but we never actually see the waiver, so it's one of those things.
Yeah, all right.
True,
I feel like that might be that's like hearsay, and if it came in court, it's like there's no waiver present, so like who's to say if that's actually like submittable and law.
I've also heard that if he gets admitted into court, he actually just makes the judge play a game show to get him out of the.
He has the judge. Yeah, that makes sense.
I heard that. Yeah.
You're a judge. You wake up one day to sentence someone, and then they were just like, "Welcome to the game show. Will I go to prison or not?"
No, it's like the judge has to win the game show in order to sentence the person. It's like, what's going on here?
Jesus.
Oh my god, imagine that.
But I've heard also these 3 hosts, they like to send pipe bombs to each other.
No, they send pipe bombs to the one guy sends pipe bombs to elderly homes. One person blows up the International Space Station on a daily basis, and then the other person likes to seek out orphanages to blow up. So, just a different crime in each prospective area.
Right. They all got their specialities when it comes to what they handle.
Right. I believe, if I remember correctly, all their specialities were arson.
Yeah, there is a lot of crime that happens there, but you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to burn down a city.
As you do.
Yeah.
But and I also heard that they have over 140 episodes of the Provokers podcast. Like that's pretty insane. Think about that. Each episode comes out a week, so that's 140 weeks. Like that's a lot of weeks.
Yeah. With that statistic, that's 140 more episodes, so then there's 140 more dollars in my bank account.
Wow. All right.
Man, that makes sense.
Hashtag I hate being poor.
Hashtag still broke.
No, the hashtag I hate being poor is a reference to the social media scrutinized episode where these two had to guess if the social media campaign was real or not. And one of the fake ones was Cash App saying hashtag I hate being poor, and then people had to type that to get money or whatever.
Yeah, fair enough. Oh yeah, don't these guys on this podcast also discuss serious topics?
Yeah,
I think they do that pretty.
I think it's every other. I think I heard that was every 10 episodes or something. They actually recently just had one.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, also as well, going off the joke that we have no clue who these guys are. So yeah, I mean, the reason I put this on here is just because there's another quick thing to put on there. And we've obviously, we try not to talk about ourselves too much, but when the moment arises, we're not going to deny it. Like me and John will be playing, and me, John, and Axel will be playing a game. So this happens a lot. We'll play like Devour or something, and halfway through it, usually Axel somehow remembers to lead it into it. So he'll be like, "Oh, you guys have a podcast, or you've heard of this podcast, right?" And we're like, "Oh yeah, that podcast." and we like make a bit out of it and say like, oh, what they heard they're a great podcast, and the actual like whatever we say, he'll like improvise with us. It's great. And even if he's not there, me and John will intrude it in somewhere usually.
Right.
Yeah, that's usually how that goes.
But yeah, what are your guys' thoughts on the Provokers podcast, huh?
Personally, I think the one that you referred to as the bald one is really the only great host or contestant there. Everyone else kind of just sucks.
Wow.
You know, I've heard among fans, John, they don't really like the bald one all that much. I think he's rather ugly.
I thought you were going to say, I heard that the bald one is losing 20 points as we speak. Like, I thought you were going to say something like that.
The bald one is currently losing 80 points.
Wow.
Wow, that is quite a handful of points.
It's a ball tax. It's coming back, bitch.
I thought that ball tax was like 1 or 2 points.
No, it's 80 now.
Wow, inflation is crazy, man.
Yeah.
You know, the economy nowadays got to keep up.
Poor John's over there can't afford his ball tax anymore. He's got to get a second job.
Just gives me Monopoly money.
Might as well. All right, time to spin again. Please be that one. I don't even know what I'd say about it, but it'd be so funny. Oh, it's not that one. Okay.
I can only wonder.
Celebrities is the next one. Celebrities is the next topic.
Oh, so y'all have heard of Ryan Reynolds, right?
I heard of him. I made out. No, I'm just kidding.
Wait, what? That's what I say. Wait, well, hold on. What?
What do you mean by that?
I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. You know?
Expound upon this, please.
I remember, I think it was the Celebrity Crush episode. I obviously made a joke that was obviously intended to be a joke. But I was saying, like, you know, I'm into women. And, I was talking about how, like, Ryan Reynolds was, like, a hunk of a man. And, like, John's like, you know, I'm starting to believe you less and less when you say stuff like that. I was just, like, laughing. I was, like, laughing when he said that.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, that was a pretty fair sentiment from John, that episode.
Listen, man, there's things in life you can't deny, alright?
Yeah.
Okay, I can deny Ryan Reynolds. That's something I can do.
So you hate Ryan Reynolds? How the time you said that?
Ethan has a good point when he brought up the Celebrity Crush episode, because you, my friend, like, I didn't even understand anything you were saying in that one. I was so confused.
Like, there's literally a moment where Noah said a name, and we typed it in Google, and the thing that came up was a 90-year-old woman. And I'm like, there is no chance that you liked them at any point in your life. And then Noah's like, oh no, that's not that person. That's not it. And I'm like, oh my god, man. And it's like, and then Noah, I'm like, okay, was she an actress? I was trying to navigate what maybe he got the name wrong, and so I can try and help him. And he's like, oh, I think I have a different person that can actually be found. I'm like, oh my god, I hate my life. And it's just like,
yeah, that's fair.
And then on top of that, in the Smash or Pass episode, even further back in time, Noah said, "Oh, I don't like people that are redheads or blonde." And I'm like, and then we did the Celebrity Crush episode where 90% of his picks were blonde or redheaded. So.
Yeah, there's just so many. I was like, "What are you even talking about? Like, you make no sense with anything you've ever said in your life."
Yeah, I was gonna say a top quote from John from that episode was, "I'll never ever believe anything Noah ever says again."
Yeah, I mean that's fair.
I thought it might be. This is bullshit.
No, that was the Detective Cinema Game Show. This is bullshit. The movie.
Yeah. Oh.
But yeah, you know, celebrities. We talk briefly about them. I mean, like if they're like if we don't, it's usually in a dedicated episode where we do. Obviously, we had the Celebrity Crush episode, and maybe just like here and there we'll talk about them.
Right.
But you know, unless something happens like we're a headline where they're maybe in a headline. Like Mr. Beast has been in a couple of headlines and stuff like that. But yeah, it's one of those things that, you know, I don't really think about them too much. I only follow a couple of them, like Ryan Reynolds I follow, and just a couple others. But like, I don't really follow mainstream media stuff too much.
Right.
There's like one celebrity that I actually follow, and that's about it.
I thought you follow like a lot of the racing people.
Well, yes, but those are, you know, racing drivers. They're not, you know, celebrities.
If they have a follower base, they qualify as a celebrity. If not, at the very least, an influencer.
Yes, but those are, you know, like actual Formula One drivers who actually do shit, as compared to celebrities who act.
That's not all what celebrity is, but okay.
Acting is doing something. Like, it's not like they're just like, I'm known because I'm known.
I'm known because I have money. Still got about 3 minutes.
Oh,
Wow.
great. Awesome. Have either of you seen Deadpool and Wolverine?
No.
Yep.
I
Damn.
don't watch movies. Movies are too upper class for me.
That makes sense with your character.
The fuck does that mean?
I just said it as a joke. I didn't actually mean it.
Sure. No
Sure.
backpedal there.
Backpedaling over there. I see what he's trying to do.
No, I just said it's a joke. I didn't actually mean it.
I've seen like clips and stuff. I don't know. It's just like I've never like I like Ryan Reynolds, but I've never been a huge fan of Deadpool as a character. I guess Wolverine even less so. Like I like the character, I like the actors behind them, but it's one of those things that I don't really care too much about. Although I did like they made a promotional video. I don't know if it's a song that existed already or if they made it up. But it was them talking shit about each other basically the entire time. And it was like they had like a beat in the background to go with it. And then Ariana and whoever played the girl from Wicked like did a remix of it, and it sucked. So I liked the original version that Ryan and Hugh Jackman did, but I didn't like the new one. But like I said, I don't know if that was an existing song that existed already or if they were remixing it or whatever. But
Right.
Have you,
I'm not sure. I don't think it was, but I've been wrong before.
Yeah. I actually saw a video on YouTube earlier this week. It was Gordon Ramsay and his daughter with Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds cooking.
were they doing
Yeah, that makes
that
sense.
because of the movie, or were they doing that just because they were doing it?
Yeah, it's a promotion for Deadpool and Wolverine.
Didn't that come out like a while ago?
Yes, it came out like a while ago, but I figured I'd bring it up.
No, I mean like why do they do that now? Or was that made back when
Oh.
that came out?
That's when the movie was coming out, so.
Oh, okay. The way you said it made it sound like they just did that. I'm like, why do they do that now?
Well, yeah, no, that's when the movie was still in theaters and like coming out.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense than them doing it now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, again, like I like I don't follow Hugh Jackman as much as Ryan Reynolds, but I do like him as an actor, and I obviously like Ryan Reynolds as an actor.
Mhm.
I don't know, it's not like I like Free Guy, like it's obviously that's what I mean. Is like I watched that when that came out, but I don't know, just Deadpool just doesn't interest me as much.
It's
Fair
fair.
enough. Yeah. Like, I believe, John, you like Deadpool, right?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've seen the movie. I thought it was pretty good. I think Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman do a really good job acting together.
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't his wife in that movie too though? Like she was playing like the female Deadpool or something?
Yeah, I think so. And his kids would too.
Oh, yeah, that's the one thing I liked about it. I'm like, oh, that's cool. They got to act as a family together.
Yeah.
Time
Which
to
I didn't know
spin!
Okay, there we go, thank God.
Let's see. Please be that. That'd be so funny. Okay, it's not. There's one thing on here. If we don't get it, I'll say what it was at the end. But indie horror games is the next topic.
Indie horror games. Okay.
I could
I
talk about
believe-
this for an entire episode, but we only got 5 minutes, so I'll let someone else go.
But, yeah, I mean, indie horror games, there are a lot of really good ones. All the ones we've played together have been pretty fun, except inside the back rooms. But there's so many good ones out there too that are sadly like barely anyone knows about. Because it's like, oh, they're indie, you know, they're not like the huge companies that have a lot of money for marketing, so they just like, you know, put them out there and hope people will play them. And then there's ones that are like really, really good, and then they get a bit of a following, and then they're like, oh, now I can do whatever I want with this game, and then they like kind of go back on the things that people thought were really good about it, and that it sucks to see, but it happens sometimes.
Yeah, I think the Friday Night Funkin' was a great example of that. Because like it's almost like they got too popular and they didn't know what to do with it. And then even now, there's not really much updates on it as far as I'm aware.
Right. Or you'll get one that like is really good, and it'll be fairly popular, and they'll just be like they're not doing anything because they have nothing to do with it. They're like, well, this is just what I made it because I made it, and like I didn't expect it to go anywhere, so I have no plans for it to go anywhere.
Right.
Like one that I really like. I think it qualifies as an indie game. Is like 7 Days to Die. It's like that was. It's so interesting that like how much that's gone from, because it was out for like pre-release for ages, and like so many games are put on pre-release and then just stay there because they don't get enough traction to do anything with it. But recently it got its full release after like for many years. I have been playing it for a handful of years, and it had already been around for quite a long time before then. So it's kind of cool to see that.
7 Days to Die was a pretty good indie horror game.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
I didn't actually know that was an indie horror game. I figured that was like a company that had made that.
Yeah. It's actually one of the first video games I played too.
You say it's one of the first video games you played?
Yes, actually. Because when I started playing games, John, it was Skyrim, Minecraft, and 7 Days to Die.
Wow, lame.
Lame.
Not lame for those games. Lame because you were so old when you started playing games.
Yeah, I mean, as for me, like, I could, like, talk about Faz, I could talk about, like, all that stuff. I mean, Faz is more of a team now. I mean, it still started as an indie game. It was, like, one person, like, if you go back to, like, the first couple iterations of Faz, that was all made by one person. All the maps and stuff like that was great, which was crazy. There was, I think, 12 ghost types at that point. Now there's, like, 24. It's, like, doubled. And it's still one of my favorite games. I don't play games as much right now because I'm obviously in the middle of everything. But yeah, there's a lot, like John was saying, there's a lot of indie games that just go under the radar because people don't know about them, and that's why streamers and YouTubers are really helpful with that, because they will sort of essentially free market the game for you. So if you get a decent sized YouTuber or streamer to stream the game or record it, then their audience will probably end up checking that out. I personally know, like, there's a lot of people in the community will know what I mean by when I say Exit 8 games. Those are some of my favorite games to watch people do. Unfortunately, my computer can't run a lot of them, so I can't play them. But I love watching people play those games, and when I have a computer that will be able to run them, I'm definitely going to grab some. And I would not have known about those if, like, a streamer that I watched hadn't recorded it, so.
Right. And that's a very good point as well. It's like, there's so many that, like, if you look at Markiplier's 3 Scary Games, there are so many cool games in there that he plays, and they're almost all exclusively indie games.
Yeah. Yep.
And they're really cool, unique ideas and then I think that on a handful of occasions he'll do a game for 3 Scary Games, and like it's in its early releases or pre-release, and then later on the line he'll make a full video on the full release, and like, when that happens, it's really cool to see.
Right. Well, even take FNAF, right? FNAF's a prime example. That was started by one dude, and has since grown into an entire franchise. There's merch, there's books, like, everything about it is insane.
Yeah, I would say that's you love to see it when these small projects that, like, they're made by like one person or a handful of people, and then they become something huge because they had a cool idea. They had a fun game.
Well, we only got about 30 seconds now, so if you wanted to finish, you haven't really said much for this one.
Okay. Indie games are probably some of my favorite games to play, mainly because they're not made by, AAA developers.
Yeah, that and AAA developers, like, just kind of recycle the same stuff over and over again. Whereas indie developers actually listen to the community and are like, oh yeah, you guys want this changed? Let me change it real quick. Or like, oh, you want the sequel to be more so like this? And then they make it like that, so. Alright, for the last time, spinning the wheel.
Alright.
See what we get here. I really want, it's not gonna be the funny one, darn it. Okay. Landed on YouTube. So just YouTube as a whole.
YouTube is really interesting because it's like it started out like anything pretty small, and now it's like now it's owned by Google, and just like it would be hard to find somebody who doesn't know about, has never heard of YouTube. Like, you might find some old people that have heard of YouTube because they're like, what's a computer?
Right.
You know. But like there's so many applications for it. You know, you can watch gaming videos, you can watch cooking videos, you can learn stuff. A lot of the videos I like to watch are like, here's just like a 2-hour video about this random topic that like is fairly interesting and has an interesting story behind it.
Right.
And you can, like, so many people have gotten like full-on jobs because of YouTube, you know, all the YouTubers, like, for careers even.
Yeah, YouTube is probably one of the more successful things, I would say, that's happens.
Yeah, as I mean, like, even when talking about like specific YouTubers, right? It's amazing to see the journey and stuff. And we talked about YouTube nostalgia recently. Again, see the YouTube nostalgia episode. But in that episode, we talked about a lot of childhood YouTubers and stuff. And I've actually sort of been on a nostalgia trip recently because, like, I've been, you know, because I was thinking about like going back to school and stuff. I'm like, I was taken aback to like, oh, what was I doing when I was in school? And I was watching like these videos from like 8 to 10 years ago, and it's really interesting to watch them back and be like, oh my goodness. I remember like coming home from school, saw this person make a video, and I'm like, let me watch that right now. And, you know, if I had a time machine, I would so go back and experience that again, dude. It was great.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of us would.
I think one of the people I mentioned, if I mentioned him, I either thought about mentioning him or I did mention him, was like this YouTuber RT Game. I was like rewatching some of this stuff, and like it was so interesting as I watched a playthrough that was like this year and watched a video from like 5 years ago or maybe even more, and just to see the difference in quality as well, because like the new stuff like I was watching was like almost cinematic with how they were doing it, and it was just a Minecraft let's play. Like the amount of passion a lot of these creators have is to make things that are really entertaining and really good is insane to see.
Yeah, it's a great example. I'm actually doing the exact same thing, just with a different person. So I watched. So Corey X Kinchin is the YouTuber, but he recently came back, and he's been uploading. It's not a consistent schedule, but he's uploading again. And so I've been watching his newer stuff. And then right now, actually, the thing that's pulled up on my YouTube right now is him playing Ultimate Custom Night for the first time. This was 6 years ago. Like, to think that Ultimate Custom Night came out 6 years ago is ridiculous to me. And it's like, I never, you know, when I was a kid and I heard adults say, oh, you know, once you get older, time starts flying. I'm like, I don't believe you're baloney. You're full of garbage. Time goes by at the same speed every time. And now I regret saying that because time is flying. Like, Ultimate Custom Night, if I were to guess, like, if I didn't know it was 6 years ago, I'd be like, oh, that's probably about 4 years ago at the max. No. So.
Or even if someome's like, oh yeah, when did COVID happen? I'd be like, oh yeah, it's like a year ago. It was 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5 whole years ago has passed since it started.
And then I think about when did I graduate high school? I'm like, oh, that was about a year or so ago. It's 3 years. 4 years, actually, technically speaking.
No, yeah, technically 4.
It's nuts, dude. It's crazy. Like I said, if I had a time machine, I would totally go back and relive some childhood memories, dude.
Yeah. It's crazy how quick time can fly by.
But no, did you have any last thoughts on YouTube?
YouTube is probably one of my favorite apps that I use. Even if it's just for, like, listening to music or watching old Jacksepticeye videos or Markiplier videos. It's probably one of my favorite apps.
Alright, well that's where we're leaving the wheel. So the one that I was hoping we'd get, I just put this on here for the heck of it, because a lot of these ones are like really good topics, and then there's some really stupid ones, and then there's some really funny ones to kind of make us swap between different ideas. Fortnite Battle Pass is the funny one I was hoping would just say randomly happen. And if we got that, I was immediately going to say Fortnite Battle Pass. It's a great song. But we did not get it, unfortunately, but it's fine.
That's funny.
But Noah, if you want to ride us off into the sunset, then go right ahead.
Yes, I will. Who would like to hear who won and who lost?
I would like to hear it first. Just get it over with.
Alright, John, my friend, even getting rid of the ball tax. You still lose. Even you win.
Alright, well.
Wow.
Simply just for Fortnite Battle Pass coming out of my ass.
That's the thing that you wanted me to win from?
Yes.
Yeah.
Who hadn't said anything
Oh, no,
like
you.
that?
John, I mean, I guess if you wanted to win, John, you should have just teleported to my house, looked at what I had in my wheel, and then said it before I did.
Alright. Get that. Ethan, you got a winner speech.
My winner speech is that this topic as an idea is chaotic as heck, and just talk about all these random different things. And the 10-minute one was chaotic already, because you'd as soon as the 10 minutes were up, we swapped. This one was even more chaotic because it was 5 minutes instead of 10. So we not only talked about a lot more different things, but it's also we taught what was this transition? It was World War III was the big one, but it was what was the one before that? It was a calm one, wasn't it? It was kind of peaceful. We were talking about cool things, and then immediately talking about World War III and just the brutality of war. It's complete and utter chaos, but it's fun chaos, and that's what we're all about in this podcast. Is fun chaos. So
Right.
All right. And John, you don't get a loser speech. Thank you guys for listening. We hope we provoked a conversation and made you laugh along the way. You can find Ethan over on YouTube at FlabsXE Gaming. You can find John over on Twitch at Jeebins I don't believe he's streaming right now, but you can still find him there. You can find me at NoahDog5434 on Instagram, or at the Provokers Official, that is our official Instagram. Along with that, we do have a Patreon where you can pledge anywhere from $1 to, if you really want to be crazy and marry us, $100. Either way, we have our own tiers, because you can go for those tiers or just pledge whatever amount you feel like pledging. We do also have extended cut episodes. These are basically episodes that are 3 minutes long that we wouldn't be able to fit into a full episode. The first 5, I believe, are $3, and any others after that are $5. Yeah. With that, we'll see you guys in the next one.